Welcome back to the Ultimate Challenger.
What is Watermelon Challenge? Who is gonna fall?
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the next episode of the Ultimate Challenger. Today we are going to be doing the 100 Days of Hardcore Minecraft Challenge. I've seen a couple people do this, but I really don't know what I'm doing. Day 1 out of 100, I started in the middle of a giant forest. I ran around a bit and found dinner. Day 1 and I was already killing animals. It's terrible, but you gotta eat. Next step for day 1, I needed a place to live, so farming trees is what I did for most of day 1. I cleared some land for my house, and then I whacked seeds all day for a garden. Later in the day, I made a mine that I'll probably never use, but it's okay because it got me cobblestone for tools. And after I built my house, I found a village and slept there. At the start of day 2, I was already farming trees. I was gonna need a lot of them for these 100 days. I finished working on my house and then started lighting up the area so I didn't get killed by monsters at night. I placed down my bed and slept through the night peacefully. Day 3, I woke up and started doing even more tree farming. So exciting. After farming trees for what felt like hours, I farmed sand for reasons. I spent most of day 3 doing pretty much nothing. Good thing we're going to 100. At this point, I had a house and a fence to keep me safe, but I really need something to eat and a garden, so that's what I was gonna do. Oh yeah, whacking more weeds? But it quickly turned night, so I ran back to my wall and mined all night long. My goal was to find diamonds these 100 days. Spoiler alert, I don't. And the start of day 5, I was back in the mine. How mad would you guys be if I put the song One more day survived, only 95 more to go. In day 5, I was planting trees. Gonna need a lot of them. I was back in the village and quickly stole everything I could so I could trade it with them. It's gonna take some time, but this is gonna be the best village you've ever seen. But first I needed to kill some cows so I could actually eat food. Another one bites the dust. The start of day 6, I was replenishing my health with some nice homemade bread. I then dug into this cave and was very scared. I didn't know what to do, and I had no idea what kind of mobs were in here, but I knew I could get some really good stuff from it, but sort of forgot about it in the next 50 days. But I got enough iron for a bucket so I could finish up my garden. I don't think I'm doing too bad for only 6 days of work. This garden's already coming along pretty well. I woke up day 7, and this is where it gets really interesting. I found raiders in my lake. It's only day 7, I have a stone sword. I am not prepared for this. I literally just couldn't handle it and ran away. They were pretty slow swimmers, so I had some time to think, but the fear was just unbelievable, and it was only day 7, so I'd literally only be losing like an hour of work. I frantically ran around my camp and had no idea what to do. This went on most of day 7 until they got here. Then I spent the rest of the day hiding and fighting from them. I hid in this hole in the ground, hoping they would fall right there and I would kill them easily, but it didn't work. They finally made it to my camp and the fighting began. I didn't have a shield or very good armor, so I was really scared and hoping I would just finish this fast. Spoiler, I didn't and ended up almost dying and running away many times. They were pretty fast too, so it was hard to get away, but I finally killed them and ran. I was very stressed and worked on my garden and just slept. I couldn't handle it. Day 8, I was putting the finishing touches on the garden so I could finally start planting some seed. My hoe broke though, and I was very sad and couldn't finish my garden. I farmed these weird sweet berry things, but when I googled it, I quickly learned that I was doing it wrong. I finally started to upgrade my house and gave it a cool diorite floor. And by the end of it, it looked pretty cool. The rest of day 8 was spent cleaning up the compound, just little things to make it look nicer. Day 9 started with making an animal pen, but I quickly ran into the problem of uneven land, so that's what I had to spend most of my time fixing. By the end, though, this was going to be very useful, so it was very important to have. What I didn't know was the hard part came when you were trying to lure all the animals into the pen, but I finally got a single chicken. Getting that one chicken literally took half the day. Day 10, finally working into double digits. To celebrate, I went deep into the scary cave. I found some iron and a skeleton, so I ran away. But this video needed to be interesting, so I wanted to go kill it. The zombie came out perfectly fine and burned, and I almost died and ran to my garden to put myself out because I was gonna burn to death. The zombie died though, so that's cool too. But then there was also a spider, and I was not playing around with that. I grabbed the iron as quick as possible, and I ran away because my pickaxe broke. Day 11, I went back and quickly grabbed the iron and ran away. Then I made my first campfire. I don't know why I thought it was so cool, but I did. This is going to turn out to be pretty sad later. I wanted things to be a little more safe so something couldn't creep up on me and kill me unexpectedly, so I started to add this wall. It took a long time, but a lot of things are going to be much safer for it, like gardening or farming or whatever I need to do. But I needed massive amounts of cobblestone, so I was in the mine for a while. I spent so much time in the mine, it was already day 13 by the time I found iron and actually left. And you gotta know all that cobblestone went to finishing the wall. After working on the wall some more, I wanted to test something. I went over to my campfire and to see if it would actually hurt you, and it does. After that, I just went to sleep because I was pretty depressed. Day 14 was probably the shortest and most uninteresting day ever. I organized my chest, I did some gardening, and I fed the stupid chicken. There was nothing else to do, so I just went to sleep. Day 15 was pretty exciting, though. I placed a stake.
Boring!
Something did happen that was good day 15. I freaking hatched a chicken. I mean, I was pretty excited. Now I can actually breed these things. My baby chicken quickly grew up so I could breed them, and that is exactly what I did. But of course I was going to need some seed for these chickens, so back to gardening it was. But breeding chickens also comes with killing chickens. I didn't sleep much day 16. It's probably why it was such a short day of only gardening and sleeping. Day 17, I wanted to dig into this cave a little bit more, so I decided to put glass walls in it so I could... Ah! Day 18, I got some pretty good stuff out of doing this, but it didn't really help that much. Breeding chickens. Most of my chickens escaped though, and I really had no idea what to do. I spent most of the time running around trying to catch them. Day 19, I got some sheep, cows, and breeded some chickens, and went to sleep. Day 20 started out with some gardening, and adding a second floor to my house. This was just for storage though. I was running out of room, and had to farm a lot of trees for this. At the end of day 20, I almost had a new completed floor, and by 21, I had Windows 10. I added a roof, and just like that, I was done with my second floor. 21 days, 2 floors, not bad. It's a lot easier when you actually have a bed to sleep in. I spent the rest of the day fixing walls. Day 22 started with slaying chickens. I also went exploring, but I didn't want to go too far out. I've gotten lost before. Then I found a rogue villager. Day 23 started out in the mines. Then I worked on my glass tunnel some more. I wanted this thing to be pretty big so I could see most of the tunnel. I also wanted that nice coal down there. I was working on it all night long and found some monsters, so that coal was going to be pretty hard to get. I thought I could kill the spider, but somehow it could hit me through the glass. I mean, I don't know. I beat it pretty well, and I killed it, and look at that juicy XP. I finally made it down to the coal, mined it, and really needed to get out of there fast. I went down in the mine to clutter my chests even more, found some iron and coal, and was really happy. But when I finally decided to leave the mine, it was day 26. All these burning monsters made me really scared of how many can actually spawn. My walls were complete, but I wanted to add a little pathway to the villagers. Day 26 ended with that, and then the start of day 27 started with expanding my wall. After expanding my wall, I found another cave, but I didn't want to deal with it, so I just covered it up. By the end of day 27, I completed the wall. Day 28, I wasn't recording, so I'll leave you here with a screenshot of my completed 100 days. Day 29 started off with some wall building, but this time it was in the villager town. I built walls all day, and then the start of day 30 was spent gardening. I also bred all my chickens, and bred all of my sheep. Then went back to basics day 31 and started farming some trees. I finished my villager town wall, and now they're going to be really safe. Day 32 started with some serious chicken breeding and sheep breeding, but I needed to upgrade their pen. It was getting a little small. These numbers were going up quick. I went back in the mine for some more cobblestone and ended up flooding it. I found iron though, so that was pretty cool. Day 33 was just a bunch of nothing, just upgrading my villager wall. Day 34 started out with some light gardening. There's a lot of work in these next couple days, and that's all I did until day 35. I didn't do anything interesting though, so skip. Day 36, I was working on completing my bridge that I built while I wasn't recording. It was coming along well, but the day started to end so quick, I barely got any work done. Day 37, I had let this sheep into my compound, but don't get too attached to him. He'll meet a similar fate to this chicken. Day 38 through 42 weren't so interesting, so I just combined them, but they were pretty busy days. I mostly did in-house work like mining, farming trees, and doing a lot of gardening. I expanded my first garden and actually built a whole new garden to trade with the villagers. But by the end of one busy day, I watched the sunrise and did it all over again the next day. I was doing pretty good, but then tragedy started to strike. My sheep walked a little close to the fire and couldn't handle the heat. This is why you shouldn't keep your sheep around campfires, kids. It was a very sad moment, and I didn't really do much the rest of the day. But I couldn't let that stop me. I got right back to work because I really needed to survive this. I farmed more trees and ate more apples till day 43. I wanted another floor to my house, so that's what I did the majority of day 33. This one was going to come with a fancy roof and windows. I worked on it a lot, but after, I was able to peacefully try and make a sugarcane farm. Day 44 came quick, and so did all the work I needed to do. I needed to farm this dirt for the farm, put water around it, and start farming my sugarcane. Since that area didn't have torches, though, monsters spawned, and I wasn't able to sleep. This one climbed my fence and wall and almost killed me, and then this zombie somehow got in too. I don't know what's happening. After that scare, I wasn't taking any chances day 45 and just let that one die as I did some gardening. This one got in too. I don't know what's going on. I did some light mining also on day 45, and that was pretty much it. Mining away all day long. This cobblestone was going to go to good use, though. You don't know now, but this will all be for more walls. Day 46 came and went really quick. I went upstairs, and then the day was just over. Day 47 was much more productive, as I could trade emeralds for iron tools. I checked on the glass tunnel I never talk about, and started to farm that sweet, sweet sugarcane. Believe it or not, this farm almost was the cause of my death in the near future. Day 48, I was back in the villager town doing some more trading for emeralds. This sucked up a lot of my time, but hopefully by day 200, I can have diamond tools just by farming wheat. I also got this cool map, but it was extremely small and almost taken by all my land immediately. Day 49 was down to the village for an upgrade. I needed more professions, and then found a wandering trader, which was pretty cool. He couldn't trade for anything good though, so I knew it had to be done. I quickly tried to kill everything to get their lead. This is just a precaution so he doesn't bring any more llamas to kill me. Day 50 started trading everything I owned for them sweet, sweet profits. I also farm more trees. I feel like it's all I do, along with farming sugarcane. I rushed to the village to give him some new professions, and to get some more emeralds from my cartographer, smoker, and butcher. Day 51 started with much of the same, getting more and more profits. This is very sped up footage, so I did this a lot. Look at all those useless tools, oh my gosh. Day 52 I ate cooked chicken in front of my chickens. I then fed them all a bunch of seeds, so it made up for it. And now I have no reason to cook them. I can make much better profits selling them. I also made a gravel farm thinking I would need a bunch of arrows, but I never even made a bow. The start of day 53 was spent in the gardens. I have 2 big ones, so this takes a long time. It actually took all of day 53. All I did was garden. I have way too much free time. Day 54 was much of the same as all I did was sugarcane farm. I also did a lot of fishing, but caught absolutely nothing good, so there was no point of doing it. After I finished fishing, I did some more trading. I wanted to become really, really rich. Day 55, I was back in the mine, getting some more cobblestone for an even bigger project than just walls. I upgraded my map because this project was going to be so big. So day 56, I started clearing land and getting supplies. Day 56, I was just working on a side project. The big cool project comes tomorrow, don't worry. Day 57, I started working on the road. I wanted to branch out in all different directions, but this was the first step. This is what all those materials were going into, and I was going to need a heck of a lot more. I worked on the road so long, I worked all the way through 57, all the way to day 58. I finished more of the wall for safety features, and then started burning forest to day 59 so I could have enough space to build my road. This thing was going to be the biggest project I've ever done in a hardcore Minecraft video. I even worked through it day 60 and 61. But day 61, I had some problem with pillagers, but they were a lot stronger this time and I had to flee for my life. I absolutely finessed them and built a wall so they couldn't get in. And day 62, I started on a watchtower so I could see them at all times. Day 63, I upgraded my map to one of the biggest I had ever. I then recycled all my seeds for bone meal. I did this all through day 63 and day 64. Day 65 started off in the mine, and I was doing really well. I found iron and coal and was in there all night and even found more iron until day 66, when I was back in the mine with more coal. I was in the mine the majority of day 66, ate some chicken, slept. You know how I said the sugarcane farm would get me killed? That almost happened day 77. A skeleton was hiding in it. I didn't know what to do, so I just killed him, and I broke some of my sugarcane. Day 68 was pretty peaceful. It started off with some light gardening, and then I traded with this wandering trader the rest of the day. The greatest day ever, day 69, I stood perfectly still so my crops could grow, and then all my chickens escaped. I don't know how, but I made them grow and killed them. Day 70, I wanted to finally sit down and finish this watchtower I was building, but I sort of forgot about it and went to killing some sheep for money. But by the time I remembered, there wasn't enough time and I had to go to sleep for day 71. Day 71 started off with more chicken slaying, and then I wanted to trap my wandering trader into my walls and finish this watchtower. I added the floor to make it look a little cool, and then it was day 72, and I was working more on the watchtower. I just needed to add the roof and finish that up. I added most of the roof day 72, and built up to so I could light up the roof a little bit more so no mobs would spawn on here. And by day 73, it was done. I spent most of my time fishing day 73 until I realized I was on fire. I took a swim and realized it was a zombie. And day 73 ended with looking at my beautiful watchtower. Day 74 started on the road, and that's where I spent all my time until at night I watched the beautiful sunset on the end of day 74. Day 75 I did housework. I made a bunch of paper for profit and eliminated some chickens for more emeralds. But eliminating chickens comes with hatching eggs, so I did that most of day 75. And this is what the rest of day 75 looked like. I traded all the way until day 76. Day 76 was a busy day. I was planting trees, I was on the road, and even lighting up the surrounding area so no creepers could creep up on me. And then I peacefully spent the rest of the day fishing. Yeah, it was a pretty good day. Day 77, I correctly farmed my sweet berries and did even more tree farming. Back to basics. I took this cool screenshot, and then all the wood went back to the road. The road was getting really long, so I was gonna need a house down here eventually. Walking back and forth takes about half my day, and then once I'm at this tunnel portion, I'm going to be down here even more. And by the end of day 77 and the start of day 78, I made it through the stone and dirt and even started building stairs down to the swamp to continue my road. I worked all through day 78 to day 79 and took a break to look off my watchtower. I wanted to do some more cool stuff for my next 100 days, so I really needed to expand my garden, so that's what I did most of day 79. I even destroyed walls this time. And by the end of day 79, I was able to light up the compound for day 80. And by day 80, I was back working on the road. But I needed a lot of materials, so I started farming even more trees. There's a giant hill by my road, and I was working on deleting it. But while I saw something very scary. I saw pillagers. They went right to my road. I didn't know what to do, so I sprinted straight home. I upgraded my wall a little bit to be more safe, and then day 81, I decided I should go back, but got scared and ran away. I didn't do anything day 81, slept, and went back on the road day 82 to add in some more safety features. I realized how important these walls are after that pillager scare. I spent all of day 83 in the mine and spent most of day 84 gardening. Somehow, though, zombies were still getting in. I don't know how. I did more gardening and recycling until day 85. Then I really started to breed my cows. After I finished breeding my cows, I got mad for some reason and spiked my map. Then I just started to add more safety features to my road. I made a bunch of stairs day 85, slept, and then made plans to finish my mine day 86. Day 86, I spent all my time underground. I spent most of my time cleaning up the mine, adding some walls and stairs and make everything look nicer, just so it could be a little bit more efficient and nice. After I added the wall, I went to my secret glass cave thing and found a skeleton. I quickly killed it, and on day 87, I went back to working on the road. This is taking more cobblestone than I thought, so I went back to mining day 87. I mined all day 87 and day 88 till day 89 when I started working on more walls for the road. I worked all day 89 on the road, and then worked till day 90 when I was doing some trading and more working on the road. This was very important and took a very long time, I'm sorry. The rest of day 90 was spent working on the road. I made it all the way past the swamp into this other forest. But I quickly ran back home because it turned to nighttime and I wasn't playing around with that. Day 99 was a big day. I went all the way down my giant road to work on my new on-the-road shack. I didn't want this thing to be too big, but I wanted a nice, homey area that was pretty big to put all my storage and be able to sit there while I work on the road. This took me all day to build, but by the end of day 91, I had a nice home with a cool floor and a place to sleep. The morning of day 92 was sad. I needed their meat to eat and trade it to villagers, and the only way I knew how was to eliminate them. After a sad day of chicken sleeping, I ran all the way down the road and slept in my new road shack. Day 93, I finished up the interior of my house, adding a chest and a crafting table, until running back home for more supplies. While I was on the road, I found a full golden armor zombie that ran at me with a chicken egg. I didn't want to deal with it, so I just ran away. After I got back home, day 93, I wanted to add another floor to my house. I was getting pretty good at this, so it didn't take long until I had a whole new floor with an upgraded bedroom. For day 94, I wanted to work on my village and make everything more efficient, so I locked this toolsmith in a dirt box. That's all I did day 94 until day 95, when I was back at the village trying to get this stupid villager to turn into a gardener, but it never happened. I even destroyed his stone cutter and took it for myself so I could do some light gardening and breeding chickens. I ended day 95 with some sugarcane farming and a nice rest. Day 96 started with the village so I could get emeralds from my butcher and cartographer, but my butcher needed wool, meat, and mutton, so it was going to be a sad time. I killed most of my sheep and cows. After that horrific sight, I rewarded them with wheat and myself with emeralds. And that was the end of day 96. Day 97 through day 99, I mostly did a lot of housework, so I combined it all so you could see what I did. If you're wondering what I did, you psycho, here's what I did. I gardened. I gardened for 3 days. Wheat, sugarcane, everything. Trees, everything. Pumpkins, got it all. I did it all. I gardened for 3 days straight and almost lost my mind. And finally, here we are, the big day 100. I slept in the road shack because it felt like the right thing to do. I started off by fixing up my yard and make things look nice. This was going to be a pretty relaxing day. I pretty much admired what I had done these last 100 days and did a lot of farming. Broke my last pumpkin. I ran to the village to check on them and get some more emeralds, do some light trading, nothing much really. And then I stood on my roof to take this last final screenshot of my 100 days. I looked off the edge of my watchtower one final time to watch the last sunset of my 100 days. And there you have it, 100 days of Hardcore Minecraft Challenge completed. If you want to see more, hit that like button and subscribe for my next 100 days.